Hi, welcome and Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends on the time zone. So thank you so much once again for tuning in time. Today we are on 86th day of the session, right? And we're continuing discussion about our digital marketing. In that part, we are the social media, social networking especially, we are discussing. We completed Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn completed. Now today we are going to discuss about YouTube, and we may also discuss about different other stuff like maybe Instagram, if possible, even Pinterest as well. Depends on the time. One of the feedback, one of the comments all of you gave me, I'm going quite fast. Yes, I'm going quite fast. Unlike otherwise, I'm not putting a strategy there. You might have noticed, even though I'm mentioning a strategy, I did not add because the championship time, we are specific thing is coming more on a specific way we'll be talking about. That's the reason many of the strategies, even though I'm saying it is, I not counted as a strategy number. Plus, I'm going faster because most of the things which we are going to implement with, immediately after 100 days program. So, or during this itself, all of you start implementing on it. So that's one of the reason I don't want to have that huge repetition. That's one of the reason I'm going quite faster and putting it at the point which you opening an account and setting up the account and few tips, right? But major portion is basically to drive the traffic and drive the sales, to generate sales and leads. We need lot many other things which will be done our championship time when we start making money, $100. That's the most important part. So that's one of the reasons. So I'll try to slow down a little today, definitely, because that's yesterday. Therefore, yesterday also both days you have given that feedback. And the most important thing, as you know, social networking site with an activities on a daily basis, a dedicated time, dedicated effort, and systematic approach, and the strategies and the plans and tools. All of this is important. Inshallah, I think all of you will be utilizing that as well. That's what I believe. Or will be start utilizing that as well. Okay. Having said this, again, I would like to remind you that is social media. Its most important thing is implementation. What are we opening an account, opening a page, promotion of the page, group, adding a number of connections, tweeting, retweeting, and following, and getting followed, and all the things is very, very important. So I believe all of you are focusing on that, doing it is, setting up it is, and when we start implementing this one, all the things become very, very important thing. Okay, so thank you so much once again. This is with an introduction. We'll go to the today's topic in detail, and I'll connect you to the PowerPoint as usual. And please get settled. Okay, so I think it's all right now. So once again, I'll officially welcome you to the Digital Mastery 100 Days Challenge. Today, 86th day. We are discussing about social media, part of our digital marketing session. Today, October 14th, it's a Wednesday. I'm live from Doha at 6 p.m. evening. Now, day 3 of the social media mastery. So part of our digital marketing series we started. Then we reached social media. In the social media mastery, day 3 today. And today we completed YouTube and Twitter. Sorry, we completed Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. Today we are going and discussing about YouTube. Now, as all of you know, we had 8 sessions on a YouTube earlier. one 7 days of YouTube mastery and 1 day of YouTube for making money, YouTube, faceless channel, etc. I think it's out of the 100 days, one of the best programs, or the maximum number of people appreciated and liked it, and the good response was actually YouTube. Even though about 10,000 people actually OSM was watched, but overall, all the 8 days we count on a YouTube was excellent one. And one of the things I'm personally excited about it, immediately after the 100 days, which I'm going to spend a lot of time on a YouTube part, that's the most simple and active, and the kinds of things that growth YouTube is bringing it out is also huge value is there. So having said this, a very important point now, today the perspective we are discussing about for your existing businesses, whether it is a OSM, online shopping mall, e-commerce store, or your mirror store, or your news store, or your affiliate marketing platform, or e-commerce, independent e-commerce store, or a drop service, or even your portfolio site as a social media influencer, or a corporate website, or a consultant website, or a trainer website. In all the cases, what are the most important aspect is to getting a traffic through YouTube. As you know, the YouTube is the number 2 now in the world. After Google, it's YouTube. And YouTube can give a fantastic traffic, and so much of multi-purpose activities are there. And which one of the things in the part of this year we discussed, actually, I said when we reach YouTube, we'll discuss whether as a syndication aspect, we'll discuss that is today. And you also get another 10 ways of making money through YouTube. And of course, you can also use for your own niche YouTube also, even through the YouTube, around 10 ways you can make money, even with your existing website. Apart from the YT channel we are talking about, you can do that. So today's perspective, how you use for your website, the YouTube to make money, to get a traffic, to get a presence, to get a lead, to get a audience to create. That exactly we are going to discuss today. Now, when you look at it as, the YouTube is all about videos. And video is a very powerful media that I don't know how to tell you, anything that you want to communicate to anything to your consumers, anything you want to talk to any potential buyers, and you wanted to create a brand, you want to create people to buy, the millions and billions of dollars the brands and companies spend to get a customers. Like an example is the TV commercials. How many times, we have seen a various advertisement for a 15 second, 5 second, 10 second, 30 seconds. They spent billions of dollars, right? We all us grew up looking and watching it is these kind of channels, the kind of a commercial advertisement through various TV channels. So if that's justified, that shows that is more than sufficient for us to believe videos is more important to do to the marketing activities. So it's not like a Facebook, it's not like an Instagram. It is nothing like no other of other social media platform. YouTube has completely different, and video is the best to communicate, no doubt about it. Number one, and number two, most of the time, or maybe previous days, for TV commercials or any kind of a video communication, had a more professional approach. You need someone, a film director, creative writers, and cameraman, like a crew used to make a video commercials. And people had an expectation when you say, the moment you say the video, a professional person should come with the shoot, with the light and editing, all the thing was recorded. That was a customer's expectation as well. But today, world's got changed. We don't want anyone to do, simple. You just open your camera and start talking, and that's your video. And that's going to open an amazing opportunity for us, for our brand and product and services, or our website and social media. We can start talking about it. Even sometimes you can have so many different kinds of methods we can do that one. So this is a good blessing we have. We need to utilize this opportunity. First of all of you know the video is powerful. Whatever the video you bring to the people, it has a better communication than the post and writing and everything. So to engaging customers, never ever compromise on this aspect. If you ask me which social media to give a more important, I say YouTube. YouTube is the most important, more than the Facebook and Insta and LinkedIn. In generally, YouTube has more important than any other thing. Now, maybe some niche maybe have much more important, but in general, YouTube play a major role, and YouTube is the most, and the video play has a huge impact getting customers taking a decision. So please make sure that is you have a YouTube approach, you have a video approach, how to getting your customers to engaging with this. And the video sharing, so when you say video sharing, it is a YouTube platform is a king. I don't think so immediate voice, another threat also coming there. So YouTube is going to rule the world. He's a king now, is going to be emperor, no doubt about it. So make sure that is we utilize this opportunity and get the maximum out of the spot. Now, lights, camera, action. This is more professionally is done. Now there's a time. Now we can make a video and nobody bothered about it. Any brand, any product, any service, any website, anything you wanted to communicate, you open your camera with your mobile devices and talk, and nobody bothered about it. So you do that. How effectively you can do that's a different thing. So first is we start doing it. So all of you should start doing it is in a different type of videos. Which can be faceless, can be branded, can be animated, can be screen sharing. It can be so many different maybe a webinar, different kinds of videos. We need to just start producing it. within a proper manner. As we know that thumbnail and title and description, everything is important. So that we should do. At the same time, I want all of you to make the video by thinking about the decision-making process of the consumer. The purpose, the objective of your videos must be either for a lead generation or a sales, or maybe getting a views and getting engaged people to become a loyalty, people become loyal customers and loyal people with you. Maybe you create a community, maybe an influence with people. All this objective you define and start making videos. And it's not like earlier, not expensive. You're on video, you can just start not doing it. It's easy. All the tools are free and you can do. And if you wanted a more professional approach, of course, you can have a most professional approach. When you say professional approach, see now the directors and creative people and all of the putting an effort and thinking. So you also should start thinking about creating videos and think about customers' point of view again, not about you here again. So I'm doing this. No, I know your problems here. You face, these are the problems. I have a solution for you. So that should be the video altogether. So customers should be entertained, information, and they'll be engaged and they feel good about it. And that exactly we should be promoting here. So your videos, also people going to judge you based on the kinds of video produce. And you can have a same 70-20-10 principle of the videos as well. So 70-20, 70% 20, nothing about your niche and products you can do. And 10% you can bring out to the another aspects on it. Okay. Now let's say, for example, your niche is self-help books. You're doing a maybe self-help books or maybe a business plan books. Or okay, you think about self-help. The books, your niche is self-help books. Now, how do you apply for a 70-20 principle? It's very easy. And the self-help books is a fantastic thing, right? Now, self-help books help you to so many different books, and the people talk about different way. 7 habits of highly effective people, magic of thinking big, and start with why. So many books you should have. All the things you can actually indirectly and directly talk about various things, and people are engaged with that. Then you talk about your website. Now, to talk about these many books are available in my website, and which you show a screenshot on that, or maybe a screensaver on that, and show the link for that people can buy on it. So this way, you need to think about the various things to bring it. And then, as you know, some of the things we don't even know that kind of a product exists. And sometimes we buy the products once we see the videos. So that's the reason, even if you're doing an affiliate program, you need to shoot a video of that one. Not necessarily shoot, you can get a video. You can get most of the companies produces the video, which is a kind of a CC. You can use that, reproduce that video again, but they say you cannot edit. You can use the same video and you can utilize that to promote on it. And most of the company come with their own video now. Any manufacturing companies, they also produce installation of this, of the products, sometimes demonstration of that, sometimes the features of that, some of the components of that, sometimes unpacking of it. All the things can be a video. So this, for our products in e-commerce perspective, this can be a fantastic products on it. Fantastic way to promote your products. So this, unpacking is one of the strategies people use. And people actually also use, installation. Sometimes you buy a furniture, some of the furniture comes and you have to screw it and put it in. Sometimes electronic devices, same thing. Sometimes the installation, assembling part, installation part is, as I mentioned. Now, some cases maybe usage. Sometimes you bought an exercise, health and fitness is your niche. Now, some of the product you bought from to do exercise from your home, and you bought a product, and people may not be knowing how to utilize. So show them that, showing another video. And maybe any product or services which you want to promote, you have a way to create that videos. In fact, many of the videos already been created. You just simply edit without getting to the copyright issue, as we discussed earlier, and doing it. So for e-commerce perspective, online shopping perspective, YouTube is the best to promote on it. Now, if you're doing an affiliate program, again, you can play a very interesting, you can have your own channel, maybe for a comparison, for maybe reviews, maybe talking about some benefits. And based on your niche, you can have a niche channel, not necessarily directly connected with your niche as well. For example, you're doing a yoga, not necessarily you do a yoga channel. You might do health and fitness, maybe anything connected with that. or maybe indirectly connected to channel as well, where you can talk, or you can also have faceless channel, or you can have a doodle videos, or screen recording videos, or a webinar videos, various things we can have to communicate to the consumers. And this can be very often, should not be very lengthy, can be very often videos you can start doing to the people and communicating. And videos, another good thing about it, a person to come and buy, and the decision making process of the 6 steps of understanding, observation, information, clarification, decision, conviction, and commitment, all these levels which we discussed earlier, you can choose this video for that purposes. And it's an amazing way. Every time you have a different content also to comment. And compared to the post, according to the, when post is more challenging than the video, but of course the combination of the post and video does make much more sense. But that's okay. But so I'm talking YouTube perspective. The video you can have the same way. Now, the moment we say social networking, we usually think about Instagram or a Facebook, maybe Twitter and LinkedIn. But actually, the fact is, as I mentioned, the YouTube lead a major role here. And there are so many reasons why I say that is. And first of all, you look at the statistics. So the kinds of engagement they have. So one is, every single month they have over 1 billion unique users. There are over 1 billion people coming to the social to the YouTube. As you know, as we discussed in the YouTube Mastery, and in case if you're not attended a YouTube Mastery, please do visit our website and go through the notes and videos. We discussed about the YouTube algorithm. It's basically news feed, and basically click-through rate, and thumbnail and title. So the moment you are okay with that, the moment you get a traffic. So unlike other social channels, you get a lot of views. It's easy. Like someone come to join in your group, take his time. Someone comes to come and follow you, it takes his time. But videos are very easy for you to the YouTube channel, it's very comparatively that very easy for you to have it as. So it's easy to build a community, too easy to convey. So your video is a communication. It's not just like a post which has only one link. This entire video is a communication, and then you have a link as well. Then you have a URL as well. Then description as well. Then there's a title as well. So in a way, this is fantastic. So please do not underestimate or give an importance. If you ask me out of the 100% thing, I think I'll tell you, you can even give a 50% importance to the YouTube, because it's also help you in SEO. But we'll discuss about it in SEO also. It's going to help you. So it's worth spending time, money, energy, and creativity, everything with a YouTube part. Now, over 2 billion active users, YouTube has it. And over 7 billion videos people watch daily. Can you imagine this kind of number of videos people watch? So how many videos you watch? You tell me how many videos you watch. Average 10-15 videos definitely will be watching on a daily basis, right? So think of 7 billion videos means every day everybody in the world watching at least one video. That many other people are not there. Only 2 billion people only there in YouTube. But think about average, everybody is watching around 3 to 4 videos. So that is the power we have it is. Now, when you look at it is, per day, around 500 million hours of this people watch it, and it's a rank number 2. And average visiting length of a video is 11 minutes. I think when we discussed the YouTube Mastery, we recommended this one 11 minutes video. I hope all of you remember this one. Why we recommended 11 minutes? That's the time. There's a few reasons more as well. One is, of course, that's the average visitor's length. That is 11 minutes. Plus, the moment you are about 10 minutes of video, you can decide where to monetize it as. You can have a monetization happening there as well, right? So you have 11 minutes video to give you that length as average as well. Now, when you look at it is, the kinds of video content, in the last 60 years, what the entire television network has created content, and YouTube, done it in a month, in 1 month. So that kind of a number of videos we have. Another important thing is when you remember that it's completely localized. You remember that you have a different country to target, and in 80 different languages, YouTube is available today. So it's in in 91 countries. It is actually very actively involved. So I would recommend all of you to your targeted country, you make sure that is you sync with that YouTube channel method there. Now, how do you set up your channel? It's very easy. If you have a Gmail ID or a Google account, you automatically access your YouTube account, right? That is enough for you to have it as. Now, once you set up your account, you can access the features like, subscribe, watch later, and watch history. Like there are so many things you have. There are a wide variety of features within the YouTube, as you know, so much of things we discussed in the YouTube Mastery. And you can actually interact with the different communities across the site. And whatever they're saying about your brand and competition, you get to know that automatically the algorithm works in that way. So this includes basically the features when you look into your comments. What are the comments people want, you can keep that is. Now this option in the comment section, let the uploader ones, so people they can comment and they can thumbs up and thumbs down. And thumbs down is actually problem is you have a lot of thumbs down likes, so it make you an issue. Now thumbs down button, I know some people say it's a brand is not good, but sometimes that's okay. You should have a more thumbs up. That's the only difference. And subscription, YouTube subscription is very, very important part, and the button is important. Now it can be directly placed a YouTube video, and it can be an encouraging engagement with the people as well. So like a type, likes and follows, subscribe, and bell icons. These are the things as a YouTube points. So very, very important one. Before we go to the types of video, I just would like to spend some time on a video when you create. We discussed about a thumbnail. We also discussed about the title. So to get a YouTube ranking. So there is 2 points we need to think about and understand here. One, the YouTube algorithm is different from Google algorithm. So within the YouTube, people want to watch your videos regularly or no, and occasionally for the people to get a target audience to get these details. You need to use the thumbnail and the title properly as based on a YouTube algorithm. Then you also work on a Google algorithm for SEO. Now both are Google product. Both use a different algorithm. Now, very important point before we go to the types of video to create, why it has to be, because I'm talking about multiple types of videos. Now, we decided to follow SEO, so search engine optimization, getting a free ranking or organic ranking on a Google, on a YouTube, right? So in that case, so in the Google. So in that case, once you Google, when you search, you get a YouTube as one of the result. So whatever you search on a Google, usual case, there will be a result of a YouTube. This I mentioned to you earlier, if your niche or your keyword when you search, there's no video, there's no YouTube, definitely you have to create soon because Google rank your video faster. And Google has a soft corner into YouTube. Okay, so that's for sure, the same company, and you can always see that is the result is coming. Now, one thing which I talked to you about, I always spoke about the syndication. So we'll discuss what is the advantage of the syndication. So before we go to the syndication, what exactly the benefit which we get a YouTube ranking? Someone search for some products or a service or something, anything about their problems, they put on a keywords. So they're getting a Google result. The Google result usually start with image and videos. The moment the video is there, there's a high possibility a person tend to click that, as you know. Plus, we also get a ranking of our URL, the description, you can have a rank, you can have a title, even your brand communication can be there. So many things can be there in the one YouTube appear itself. Now, as I mentioned earlier, YouTube get a soft corner approach from Google, and it's one of the shortcut to rank. In 15 to 30 days time, you can be there with the ranking with the moment you create a YouTube channel. So you can have every video, 11 videos with 11 keywords. Your primary have 11 keyword of SEO. You can have 11 videos the YouTube. Each video talk about one keyword. So this is one of the easiest and fastest method to get a ranking. Now, Another important point here. Now, how fast we can rank? So there's a 15 to 30 days time you can actually rank and reach on top, the maximum. You can also do a little more faster, but that's not very organic. Second one is basically you already have a competitor there. If you have already a competitor already ranking, maybe with YouTube or maybe with the other keyword they already ranked. So both the cases, video is a solution for you to do something called a syndication. So syndication is basically with keeping a video, it's connected with the various other off-page activities of the Google, which Google recognize. For example, you have a social media profiles, then you have blog, then you have article, then you have a Wikipedia page. All the things together link with these videos and come, which is linking, syndicating it together, and Google gives you immediate result. And very tough keyword actually you can do. This is one of the things we do in our championship time to rank in the Google first page. Okay, so this is the way shortest way. So basically, the championship time we wanted to get even a Google ranking. I know that is possible actually if you really plan now. So think about you think something that time you cannot go and create videos, and it takes time. So creative videos based on the keyword you finalized, 10, 11 key videos you can have. And with the thumbnail you can have, the keyword you can have the same description of that, you can have a URL of that, all the things we should be prepared and do it as. Now, when you be doing the syndication, so immediately the client is coming to your website, or they're watching a video and understanding a brand, they can actually type in Google and get you the play, get you to the site to do it. So in a way, you need to have all these videos and the thumbnail and title, description, everything should be ready. So this you can kind of a short business. If somebody is registering, looking at the website, looking at the Google and searching for a various website, various keywords, you rank it. As you know, you also immediately tend to go to the YouTube and get the result is done, or what we can actually watch and do. And description definitely value. The link in the description, actually, even you can have an affiliate link there. You know that many other companies, like Facebook, they don't usually allow you to keep a link, but YouTube allow that as well. So you can have an affiliate link as well. And all the things which is, it's easy for you to do that one. In addition to that, one more thing, you also have a monetization facility. So you create a video, even you can monetize that, and people don't bother. For example, when the moment is monetized, the consumer don't know that you put an advertisement. People think it's a YouTube ad. So no issue. Even you're talking about your product and services, you can have your own monetization method, which YouTube gives you money. So multiple revenue as that. Not only your business promotion, it's also your SEO ranking, it's also your branding, and multiple things you can have it as on a YouTube part it is. So all these things, please consider. Okay, please consider all these points before you jump into the video, social media networking, and giving importance for YouTube as well. So YouTube, the most important social networking activities we should be doing. Now, types of videos. Now, screen recording, very popular these days. So that's a very easy to. You can. So many tools are there in the market. We can utilize the screen recording videos, and you can show to the people the products and features and services, how to do, etc., etc. So there are a lot of tools like Camtasia and ScreenFlow like that you can use. And it is sometimes you can have a voiceover if you want to. If you don't want to, you can show the demo, so you can show the product quality, you can see the various things, so people daily watch. And this is a very easy way to create a video. So once you create this video, again, you can have a thumbnail and the title. You can have the same thing and utilize. You can also look into a competitors. You can also use a capture words method here, where in your niche, you saw other videos having a good view of 100,000 or 200,000. You can use the same method here to create a screensaver videos, and you don't have a copyright issue, and you have everything in the screen itself. and show them, and with the voiceover, it'll be fantastic. So this one is exactly for your products based, whether you're a social media, sorry, whether you're an e-commerce or an affiliate, you should be utilizing one. Okay. Now, another method you're creating content is a webinar. So webinar, as you know, now you're attending a webinar, automatically the webinar happens, the videos we created, it is there, it's saved. That's a good thing. So easy, right? So webinar to conduct, I really recommend you use webinar landing page. As you know, you log in and come usually, or you can also publicly come also. You can also PayPal and register this and do. So you can have a landing page and do. That's another option. Anyway, landing page and do. Next week we are doing a training on a consultant website and a trainer's website. So where we'll talk about how you set up a landing page, how you can have that one. So you can have a landing page to create and you pay one. And you wanted to charge, you can charge. If you don't want to, still give them somebody login so you can have a data of the people who are coming to your this and watching. And so webinar is a fantastic thing, and not necessary you do thousands of people. You just do yourself as a live, then record and save it and do. And you can you can actually pretend you're training with a large audience, or you may want to show the kind of a review you want to do. Then you say independent review you can do, but then you can, in the description you can have a link, and people buy from that link, and as an affiliate program, it works for you. So webinar is another method of creating various kinds of videos. Okay. Now, so basically 20 minutes of the video, so talking about the various products, and you can you can give them a tricks and various tips on buying some products, etc. So here again, here is a 70-20-10 principles you can apply here. And all these videos, you can, as a webinar you conduct, you can actually promote as a kind of a tips you're giving, how to lose a weight, or maybe maternity period, things to care about it, or maybe cosmetic aspect, for maybe fashion statement, or the what is what are the things to be taken care. So like this, so many facilities you can utilize and get this done. Okay. And to do the webinar, you have a lot of tools these days. The COVID-19 actually flooded with a lot of tools, whether Zoom or but actually now we are discussing with you YouTube. I recommend really use YouTube directly to create your videos and utilize this for your webinar aspect. Okay. So creating and recording and get broadcasting levels to your subscribers is a fantastic thing, and you get a lot of people viewing on a regular basis. Now when you're webinar time, people actually watch later. You might have seen usually we get some cases, some days only 100, 200 people, some days 300 people. But every video I seen, it is people 300, 500,000. The minimum will be there. There are videos of like some actually more than 10,000 people watched. So it's not necessary at the webinar time they have to be there, and people again watch again later. And you also either brand, even you're monetizing, you can also make money as well. Okay, now after YouTube users have watched the live, automatically record that and upload to YouTube, and people watch later as well, as I mentioned. Now the most popular types of videos on YouTube is computer screen recording, or a webinar, or even live video, or a recorded video. All the things actually you can have as your own video. Now, how do you create and sharing a content? So for YouTube one, it's it's lot many ways. There are different way of creating a YouTube channel. So you have professional tools like a Final Cut and Power Directors and all. If you want, you can use. But actually, this kind of tools require a lot of skills and training and resources, which I mentioned to you in the YouTube Mastery time. When I saw the editing process, I decided I never do the editing part. So much of things, you need to have a lot of hard working, and you need to have a good skill as well. But I'm talking about a very simple way you're creating your videos. Now, you don't record that high quality creative products at one, but you need to look a decent, and you have a good video to show to the people. A professionally created video in a YouTube perspective, very, very small percentage. So majority of the videos in YouTube is seen as simply shot on mobile cameras, just walking and here and there. People started doing it. So that is the way YouTube videos are. Not necessary every time you creatively do that one. But if you want to have high quality recording, high quality video to show to the world for your brand purpose, you may do that as well. Okay, so that's up to you how you do this one. Okay. Now, as we discussed earlier, you can start a faceless channels. For your branding perspective, also you can have your own faceless channel. And the faceless channel, good thing is actually you can do your Creative Commons. Those who know the Creative Commons is the Creative Commons license given by the YouTube channel, YouTube itself, where you can get a license to use a video with a 4 or 5 different category of the license. So please watch my YouTube Mastery program where we explain about how YouTube can be used. Creative Commons can be used and make money as well. Okay, so Creative Commons you can use for your faceless channel. So your niche, your product, you wanted a faceless channel, you can do yourself, and use a Creative Commons or a Internet Archive. You can use and start creating your different videos. I mean, you can compile this video and you can have it in the market. And another important thing, not like earlier, now the cameras and mobile phones become a fantastic tool to create a professional camera, better than other large Hollywood cameras now. So that is, so many TV channels prefer to shoot in this kind of a camera now instead of a large camera they're carrying out. Now, there are amazing editing tools also there, and when you look at the editing tools, you know it's a huge difference. People make it, and people beautifully edited so many things. A video become very, very colorful, and people really start liking the video. So editing make a big difference on it. Okay, now. Some of these tools are free, some of the tools are a very minimum cost, but according to me, it's worth paying maybe $50, $90 and that, because you can create so many videos and edit so many videos, and you get a lot of effects and methods to have that one. Okay, so make sure that is even mobile videos and audio recording and editing tools available in both iPhone and Android, and you need to start utilizing that. So once your content is live, there's how we can share to YouTube and through to other platforms. So one is actually you can have a share button when in the videos, and then produce it. Now you can also have a direct link. That's also an option. Now you also think about one thing is people are doing a blogging or a video blogging about your business. So that people are talking about you, and even it's a good one. You can also share their videos and get promoted, and through that video again you get a traffic and the consumers to your website. So simply type your products and services into your YouTube search, then made it into the you can have a great find. And all the social media channels, you should embrace every opportunity to connect each other, and you can utilize that one. Now, once you video sharing, what is it? It's an interesting thing. And so first time when you're doing, you'll have a slight issue, but few things to remember when you're doing it is, so one is to promote your business channel to your customers by embedding videos across your website. So you can put a lot of videos in your website, and you can also show that is how you're technically advanced. It's a very easy thing. So you can actually utilize that one. Now you also subscribe to relevant channels, which how the algorithm works. So you get a good way of keeping what is the competitors are doing, their methods and strategies. You should be able to understand. Now you need to post a regular and engaging videos once in a week or a daily basis. It's up to you how often you want to do. And one video a day or 2 videos a day is very common these days. But you're professionally creating once in a week is a people recommended. If you're an influencer, once in a week is recommended. But according to me, now everybody is looking for a daily based tips, and people watch 10, 20, 30 videos on a daily basis. So one video a day, not bad idea. Okay. So you can actually, as I mentioned, you can also product demonstration, and you can also give a tips and methods, etc. Now, once you start making, you need to share. Sharing is caring, as you know. Now you create profiles and across the major social media and share your YouTubes in all other social media networking as well. So that way, YouTube, which is connected well, and do it. Now, every video, don't forget before we go to the Instagram part. So most important part is the SEO prospecting, which is YouTube will play a major role. Yes, videos, YouTube, and a blog and Wikipedia. Also, direct Wikipedia also social media, right? So YouTube, blog, and Wikipedia play a major SEO impact. So one is we discuss about the YouTube syndication. It's going to be very common in coming days, and people are going to use that. And it's a shortcut. It's a powerful and faster and easier ways to have that one. So as I mentioned, the syndication for all us is the we'll be doing our championship period. Please don't forget. So by the time you need a good YouTube, and for SEO perspective, as you know, the 5-digit is important. 10,000 subscribers, 10,000 views, and all the things important part. And you also should have a 10 to 20 videos. And 11 key videos actually I recommend with the proper keyword. And every video keep a description about the keywords, and whatever the keyword, the script you are making, you can actually put in the description. Allow the comments, and you can also reply to the comments. There again, you can use the keywords. So Google rank that. So all put together, overall, you look into the overall picture of YouTube and do that one. And another question is, can I monetize your YouTube channel, whether it is connected with the OSM or a affiliate? Yes, answer is yes, you can do, because people don't feel it is you're really monetizing issue, because YouTube have already seen advertisement. Unless you have produced a creative, very creative commercial, it's not necessary for you to have to avoid the advertisement. You can also monetize that one. It's possible. Now, another thing, those who has some of you are only eligible for YouTube done for you. If you can link with your niche, with your keywords, it's nothing like it. Now, the right time, I think all of you got a niche list, and that niche list you can choose, and your niche list and your OSM niche is matching with a faceless channel. It's a perfectly choose it as. And your keyword play a major role. And don't forget that keywords, when you search it, you get a YouTube competition. Then watch that video, and similar video, it has a good view. Create a similar video, create a good title, better title with your keyword, and promote that one, and you will rank above him. So basically, you know that somebody is ranking it's for you to use on that as well. So all this is method. I would recommend you to have a YouTube channel, and very actively involved in creating a community, creating a followers. And as the algorithm works, as you know, the like, subscribers, and followers is very, very important. You can do that as well. And all this in detail, if you want to, you go to the YouTube Mastery and listen and watch again, or download that notes. Because that we covered there, I did not cover much. Now, when we implementation time, we are going to discuss. So syndication part, we'll discuss about that. And not only discuss, which implement during the championship. And we'll see the result, how it's coming in within 1 or 2 weeks time. And we'll see the result. Based on that, you can continuously do various syndication based on the keyword you wanted. And that's rank very, very well. Okay. So that is continuously give you as well. So continuously get a revenue, because they're in the Google, and it's also same thing in somebody searching on something in YouTube, they also get that one as well. Okay. Now, sorry about it. Okay. Now we go to Instagram. So thank you so much for that YouTube. I would like you to go through YouTube in detail. We have around 7 days of videos there in YouTube. So that's the reason I did not speak about much about YouTube now. YouTube Mastery time, you can have a detailed part on that one. Okay. Sorry. Now, Instagram, so another powerful tool we are going to discuss now. Okay. I think, as I mentioned, of course, the rank is definitely for a YouTube. But sometimes, some of the demographics, some of the psychographic of your consumers is basically Instagram play a major role. Okay. We'll discuss about that one. Okay. Now, Instagram again, not unlike YouTube. Here is you can do videos and photos together, and that make this is a fantastic platform, especially with the millennials. The demographics, when you look at the Instagram, is more a young crowd use an Instagram. So when you look at Instagram, this came out very well. It is, this is a kind of photo sharing app, become a fantastic social media with influencers, advertisers, and brands started utilizing Instagram in a much more, and many people are a kind of an addicted kind of, that Instagram is kind of a dopamine. Real people actually continues to get into that. Now, your audience using Instagram and your competitors also using, so that's a good thing. So we know that is the moment you are on a YouTube, Instagram, you are you are there with making the presence, and your customers are there. So the Instagram made a significant change and progress. Of course, with the acquisition by the Facebook in a long ago, that made a good impact. After that, 2018, it covered over 1 billion people. And they have an active user. Mark is also there. So that made an Instagram as people start looking at it. Now, that after that milestone of them, now people started looking at this platform differently, especially social network, social influencers. We are the two major social influencers. Anyway, at this point, I forgot to mention when is a video, YouTube as well. If you are planning to use social media influencer, Instagram and YouTube is the most two common, more powerful influencer part you can have. Okay, so Instagram definitely in that perspective you need to utilize as well. Okay. Now, 71% of the billion of the billion monthly active users on Instagram is under age of 35. That's why I said it's a millionaires actually give a lot of importance on this. Less than 35 years of age, most millionaires are there on Instagram. Now, 71% of the US business are dependent. So most of the statistics I will be explaining today Instagram about the US, and as you know, those who are taken OISM, your US market is very important to you, and OISM, you must have a good audience for Instagram to grab the market, especially your target city, target country is North America, you need to use that one. Okay. Now, 50% Instagram users follow at least one businesses. So minimum one business that they're following, that's a good thing. And that we can generate a business with that. Okay. So it's this is a fantastic opportunity for us to reach to larger audience. Now I know all of you are using Instagram, and most of you are using a personal account. I would like to have a business account. So you need to set up your business account for your Instagram, especially you're an affiliate website or ISM website or drop service where you're using a business purpose. You need to open a business account. So before you get started doing Instagram marketing, business account, or you can also have something or Instagram creator. You can do that. And if your brand is new or creating a brand new account, and there are a few things you need to do. First one, make sure that is you have downloaded the Instagram app. You can do for iOS and Android, and then sign up. So open the app and create sign up with your email. If it's iOS, if it is Android, even you can sign up with your phone numbers. Now, then your email and phone number you enter, create your username and put a password, fill out the profile, and you're done. Okay, so that's it. That's easy to set up. Okay, now come to the points. Now connect your Instagram with your Facebook. So as you know, Facebook and Instagram is of the same company. You have an option. There's a button called Instagram. You can connect that and get your profile and tap the hamburger button. You can see in your phone in the right upper, and then you tap the right one, and you go to the tab settings. In the settings, you go to the accounts and connect your Facebook to your Facebook page. Then, if you have now add your business detail also there. So this is this is a process all of you should do. Once again, I just show you go to the Instagram, the Facebook, and connect with your hamburger button, and go to settings, and then go to accounts, and if you have Facebook business page, as we discussed, you should have basic. That was exactly one of the reasons yesterday I mentioned everything's interconnected. So you connect with your Facebook business page, and you can also add your business there, and it's done. So this is a very, very important step I would like to discuss with you when a part of our strategies. One of the setup, the experts will ask you, you're configured like this. They list out and give you configured like this. So we need to have a business account of the Instagram and this one to do. Now, your Instagram connected to Facebook. You can enable button while sharing posts, so it'll automatically post it Facebook as well. So one work, you can have it, things to happen. Now, once you started doing Instagram marketing, what are the things you need to consider? So one thing is definitely use a business account. So with the why business account? One is, of course, one is a professional approach, and the popular business account is all the website owners, all other people usually uses. And it's give you access to the personal account, which including insight, lot many more details about what is happening around, details, etc. You will have access. That's an amazing insight you get it. You will have an ads you can do, and you can do shopping as well. So contact information, a call to action button, all you can have from your profile itself. And it's also clear, define your goals. So make sure that is your objective. Again, come back here is objective. And again, your customers, and I don't have to repeat again in talking about your avatar or the customers, your target audience, your psychographics and demographics. All the rules are applicable here. I'm not repeating because I have been telling every time this is, and it's a part and parcel we need to have that's in place. Okay. Now, all social media platforms are kind of a tools but these tools, when you to use it is now we know what we want to try to build, etc. is very important. Now, Instagram marketing can be in different things to different marketers. So it depends on your target audience, depends on your strategies, different your marketing methods you're doing. It's going to difference. Okay. So if you're looking to increase your brand awareness, Instagram is a fantastic tool. So to improve your brand awareness on Instagram, it's a great thing. That's what exactly many brands do. And the brand building exercise, when you look into compare to all other methods, Instagram is a standout. Okay. So like we discussed the objective, like the social media social networking, when we started, we decided first we defined the objective, like so branding or a sales or a lead or a customer support or a recruitment or a loyalty program. So whatever you are looking to, that one's what you have to define your objectives. Okay. Or maybe to generate a lead. As we discussed, lead generation is very important. Instagram gives you a lot of opportunity for the same. And or you wanted to put yourself as an industry leader. I'm the best. You need to highlight that way. There's another strategy we should. And definitely all of us will be looking forward to have a good sales is happening, right? Through Instagram. We need to have a good leads, good branding. At the same time, sales also should happen. Now, my suggestion is we had to combine. So we wanted branding. We also wanted leads. We also wanted revenue. So we combine all the three. That's the best thing. And you want to show us you're an industry leader. I'm the pioneer. I'm the best. So especially your affiliate website, you can actually always say that. You can actually even compare to chart. You can see many of the affiliate very smartly do. So many of the merchant site was very popular site. They'll only have 5 to 10 brands. Now the moment you are affiliated with that 10 brands also you have, and you can affiliate with other merchant, you have another 10 to brand you can have. So you have over 20. So compared to all other social e-commerce website, you have more brands in place. So that's one of the strategy you can combine and communicate to the people on. Okay. Now, if you are combining, please make sure that is you focus on that, combine and doing it. Now, another thing is actually we need to define our audience, as I mentioned earlier. So very important to define. Now, Instagram is very little research. Actually, you can come out with the your target audience where you wanted to, the audience you wanted to define it as. So when you look at the Instagram demographics in general, you can see what is that? In different countries are taken, for example, in the US, when you look at it is, I'll tell you before that. So usually, as I mentioned, the Instagrams are 18 to 29 people use it. And of course, US is the largest market now for Instagram. And Instagram more on urban than the suburban. It does not mean suburb you don't get a sales, but most of suburbs still on a Facebook, but urban areas definitely. So you are taking a OSM for US market. You need to consider this aspect. So very important for you to have this one. So you can actually reach out to the people who are in their 20s in the even a rural market. It will be there on it. Okay. Now, you need to define the target market. You create content that speaks directly to the audience. So Instagram people are expecting a more direct communication, effective communication, more sophisticated communication. So make sure that is you do that on a regular basis. Now, target options, option for your Instagram ad also we need to consider. Your target audience that uses Instagram, please think about their taste and behavior also. We need to consider how they do, what are the things they're doing extra. It's an important aspect. Okay. Now, show them what they wanted. That's the important part. You do it. Another important part is optimizing your profile. Now, when you there is a 3-4 things together connected. So we how do we say? We have our target audience, and our target audience should connect to us. So our profile is also play a major role, and our target audience, like in YouTube, as we discussed, as Instagram, every social media, if you are not connecting to the target audience, does not make sense. Doing so many activities. Now, as you know, we as a human being, we get motivated when we see the result, and the result comes in the activities. So, a certain extent, because your drive and energy, because of our motivation, we might go and do certain activities. That activities we are not finding a result, we feel it is not working. So that's the reason, especially in the initial stage, a more accurate, more specified, more target audience oriented the activity we should do. So if less number of effort, less effort, you get a better result. So this step is very important. If you don't do that, what really happens is you will lose the interest for doing so much of work. I'm not getting a result. I can bet you so many people are doing social media activities and not finding a result. You can ask them how you define your customers. Basically, I just followed. I bought. I brought the audience. I paid money for this, etc. Otherwise, they go for paid advertisement. It should be a combination. I'm not saying you should not do paid. Definitely, you should do paid advertisement, but mostly organically to reaching out to your customers is a very, very important aspect. Okay. Now, and another thing is 150 characters of your Instagram bio need to make a great first impression. As you know, people judge you with the first impression. So make sure that is you have with 150 characters of Instagram bio look amazing with the good wordings, etc. So convey a brand personality and tell people why they should bother following your Instagram account. So as you know, the people in Instagram audience definitely value so many things about your look and feel and your image, your branding perspective, how you look like and how good you are, how great you are. So this is not like a LinkedIn and not like, as we discussed on Twitter, it's a completely different approach we record in Instagram. So I hope all of you remember that when I explained to you about an example of a donut eating with various social media. So here, this playing the major role here. It is, you need to take care of this aspect on it. Okay. Now, there are a few other fields of Instagram profile showcase what your brand is all about, made it easier for people to find you. And here is as I mentioned, the Instagram should be used for a multiple purpose together for a branding, leads, and sales. Now, a few examples we take it here now. Now you have an affiliate website. Take an example. You have an affiliate website, maybe with a particular niche. Now you also have a kind of a logo. You got a domain. The domain is matching with your keywords and your branding and 3i integration. So all this is coming picture together, right? I don't know, you're getting confused. I'll tell you again. Okay. So if you have a pen and paper, I would like you to note down this point. So when now in 100 days time, we scattered, we discussed so many things. Now, when come to the practical approach, I'm just visualizing that each one of you are doing in Instagram. So now what happens is usually just for a namesake people do, and there we don't get a result. And people say you need to have a Facebook page and you need to have an Instagram page. People create it, and there is no audience, there are no activities. It does not make sense, right? So that's the reason we need to go back to the boardroom and look into that. So first of all, now we have an affiliate program, affiliate website, and we have an objective. Like now we are affiliate website, we have a goal. Of course, by the way, I'll tell you now, many people keep asking about the goal setting. I think next week I will do soon on a VM because actually many people say you wanted a time. I was thinking end of the session, but I agree. Now I'll flip some of the programs, some of the comments you're giving me. I'll give you VM Gosa. We now did it. I realized it is. I thought of VM Gosa I did in 100 days. VM Gosa we did not do 100 days. Only Mendes program we did it. So when I look back at the topic, so I'll do probably at the earliest. Okay, we'll maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow I'll announce which date, so you can actually attend that. So in the VM Gosa time, when we define the objective, once you vision, mission, goal, objective. So objective will be based on the goals we want, right? So when we define a goal of 3 sales a day, that's a goal we set it for a monthly revenue, to create, to make a quarterly profit. So this everything is connected. So your vision, your 36 months goal or a 5 years goal. And someone asked me this difference. I'll explain you on a VM Gosa what's the difference between the 36 months and 5 years. So it's not much difference, but actually I was trying to sync with my goal. That's the reason I used to. One is actually, if you're an affiliate program, I recommended 36 months time, 1 year, $1 million plan. You can actually make that. 5 years, actually, I synced with our company's goal of 5 years, and 5 years time, you're making money with that. It's up to you how you work on it. You can have a 36 months or a 5 years time. Now, whatever the point here now is you have a goal. Now, your goal to get a revenue to generating, you can have a 36 months goal divided with every month how much money you want to make it. You already have a goal. So $3,000 or $10,000 depends upon the goal which you set. Now, social media is one of the significant place where you generate sales. Now, depends upon the target audience. You will be more into some kind of a social media, which is actually most of the common, which I mentioned, it is a YouTube. So YouTube, we can give a lot of importance because if you're planning to do SEO based organic traffic, and plus you wanted to create a community to reach out your product description in detail, it is of course a YouTube. Same way, then now whatever your social media you're using, the networking you're using, social networking you're using, you need to define the objective. So here in the Instagram and the perspective, which a short while ago I discussed with the combining it is. So now when you start utilizing social media, the first thing is the objective defining. So this objective comes from your goal, maybe a quarterly goal or a 36-month goal or a 1 year goal, whatever you like it is, you can take from that. Now, one example which we discussed, the 3 sales a day, that is now monthly you wanted this much based on your products and products commission, how much is the money you're making. So 36 months, when you divide it, there is a monthly goal. In that monthly goal, I think those who are not attending may not make a sense. I'll show you in a monthly how you work on it. So monthly, to reach that goal, you will make it as some sales on a daily basis. So one of the example which in the previous training on the auditing time we discussed, and we set a goal as a SMART goal. I think that session I did for this 100 days time. It is basically 3 sales a day. So to happen at 3 sales, so you have a sales as an objective. At the same time, you also should have a good branding. So you use for branding. At the same time, you also wanted a leads to generate. So leads generations and lead generation, as well as your sales and branding, a combination you need to create and do. So these combination, which is now each objective, you need to come together. So good thing is about one work, all the three is achieving. But the more important is how the action plan. So once you create objective, then the strategy is using your Instagram, the various facilities of Instagram. That's your strategies, and the methods, showing the with image and content and act. So all the thing is activities. So this has become a combination, become very important for you to have that one. Yeah. Now, so this include, what other things include? So first is your name must include 30 characters, which include your keyword Instagram search, as well as the search of your what is that? Instagram search, as well as your Google search, your keyword which you are using in your SEO keyword as well. Okay. Now, now you can also do a category here. So your name in the 30 characters, which must include your search. Many other people that usually search something in Instagram directly itself. So people should find you on Instagram as well. So it is syncing with your normal keywords and brand with Instagram is important. Okay. Now, your categories, when you get the business page, that tells the people what you are all about with you, or using your bio characters, you can say which category you are. So the category you should use in a proper way, and think about which sometimes some of the niche category will not be there. So which is a more closest category, you need to think and utilize it. The most important thing is the call to action button. So get Instagrammers to way to interact with you directly from their profile, from your profile page itself. So call to action button, so inquiries and chat with us, etc. you can have there. Now, for the part of the thing is choosing the right profile photo is important. So in a business page, most of the time use your logo as a photo. So as you know, Instagram is all about look and feel. How best you are looking, it's a very important part. So use this one. Okay. So it's the provide a credibility and allow visitors to see the glance of who you are and people value about you. So the Instagram profile photo displays usually 110 pixel cropped into self with 110 pixel diameters. So that's a usual thing, which is Instagram. You basically, that logo is in a square. You need to zoom out and show that one. So just very carefully should do something like this. How we used on this one. So you can utilize that way. Now, very important part, visually compelling content. Now, when this content part, when you look at it as content we discussed earlier about the image, the videos, and the headings, subheadings, description, and all together should come. There is compelling content in the 3i integration time, which we discussed, which I have discussed and I skipped out of the discussion, which is your SEO keyword, 3i integration, your social networking, your SEO 101 activities, branding activities, sales generation activities, and your community creations, and all put together. When you're working this one, all these small things make big things. So that makes a big difference on that. So that's the reason these compelling content. So I'll tell you this: if you do all the activities, you're not getting a proper compelling content. If we don't get an expected result, and this content, it is also very, very rarely happen. Everybody don't get it. When you look at millions and billions of posts is happening, everything is not become a viral. Few things become viral. Few things become above average. Few things in average. Few things poor. So we also will not get every time the right content. So one or two content, it become really good. So, but we always should try our level best. So never forget the IDA rule, which we discussed here. And Instagram perspective, the IDA rule, like a YouTube when we discussed, that may not, video style is different. You remember that video we discussed dopamine strategy. So in the videos, we may have a dopamine strategies works well. But in the post, other part, your IDA rule works much better. So here is a now your IDA rule. When you look at the Instagram point of view, of course you should have a good image and good photos, and Instagram is all about that. Then grab the attention with the image or with the good headings. So that one. So once you have then your attention you grabbed, then create an interest with the description itself. Very small description only you can have, so create an interest there itself. Then your desire. Now you need to create with another one or two words, one or two sentences. Maybe one sentence you should use that one, and call to action. So no action you should take it. So this combination is actually make a good content of the of the compelling content of the Instagram. Okay, now you know that Instagram is a visual medium. Is your post is simply got to look great. Actually, that's a good thing about it. So fantastic look and feel to come in. So basically, you don't read a professional photography equipment. So no, actually, that is exactly the Instagram gives us. No, everything about the photo look and feel is amazing one. So yeah, but only thing is that content need more compelling. Let the people come to the call to action. That's the most important part. You need to get it. Now, another important thing is now photos are great, but the problem is they do not tell any story on much on it. So the viewers to get excited. Now we need lot many things beyond that one. Now most of the time we don't know what to post. That's one of the issue will come to. So that's one of the challenge. Everybody say what to post, and that's going to be all your challenge as well. What to post. So a few ideas which I would like to share with you. One is now. For example, if you are working from home or your office, show them how you are doing it is, and or you're running an office from office. Show the office what's happening now. Hey, we are working on something great coming in next week. Sometimes you're a manufacturing process. You are selling something, and you're producing something. Show that manufacturing process is another thing. You have a shop. Show the office front, etc. This is one of the things you can consider doing it is. Now, you can also have quotes and text-based images. Actually, apply the text to create a visually interesting content with no photos required. Now, some good text is a really make it. Like some of that something which is people really connected to your niche. That wordings that really move the people, and the wordings will make people feel to share with us. And that one of the things Instagram people keep doing it is a good philosophies or a good principles or a good quote or something in the folklore people will talk about, which really move the people. So that is you can do. And text-based images you can actually play around. That Instagram has seen, you might have seen it most of the time. People utilize that to reach out. And there are a lot of collection of things are there now. You pick it and choose and something which matches with your niche, with your principle, and people share that one. And so you can do this is one of the things which you can do. And user generated content, UGC, is basically user generated content. By nature it's authentic and compelling. So now someone talk about some testimonials about you, sometimes send a compliment to you about your product, your website, a review they did it, or some comment they did it. You can actually use that one, and the user generated content gives a huge mileage, because people really want it. It's a genuine one. People really value on the Instagram and in general in the social media, the genuine one. It's not just what you additionally create on it. Now, so you follow that one. Okay, then next is actually you instructional and the pause. For example, teaching followers how to achieve your goal is about compelling as it gets. Now, for example, goal setting example, like I told you about. So I think one of the things next month on a daily basis, our social media campaign we are going to do on a daily basis. There's a goal through social media, goal through email, goal through paid ad, the goal through other campaign will be there. So the steps of that showing us the post. That's one of the things you can have. Or maybe, one of the thing, people, 3 minutes exercise a day, how do you reduce a 5 kgs in a month? So showing that one how to do it as well. Sometimes some of the things in a kitchen, something you are having a kitchen related or a recipe related something, small tips where people can keep something. How you are into healthcare thing, for example, the winter time is coming, and if the COVID-19 lockdown, one of the poor thing people, the issue was a dental. People were not going to the dentist. That was the biggest challenge people faced, and tooth pain comes, and people had a big issue. So a couple of posts you have seen the clove oil, and it's a big remedy. I think that's the magic. I think all of you know that is right. That's an amazing kind of people say a secret with a dentist. Sometimes dentists give you a secret, So clove oil is one of the 2-3 viral I saw last, not more 2-3 times. So even though I knew this as a childhood, I never used this as a technique, but you can see many of the Insta posts have got a viral. Got so many people liked it actually. How to use your clove oil for your teeth. And it's really frees it, and big relief they get on a tooth pain. So this kind of a thing, and people also shown how to utilize, to use that for that purpose. And that is another thing. One now, same way. For example, another instruction. Usually one of the mistakes people always do, you keep the car key inside, and you don't have another key. You want to open the car door or this part you should do. That instruction so make huge number of people, even in the YouTube and Instagram. That's made a huge impact. And you also now it's for COVID-19, lot of instructions. When you go out, you have a small child, and you are passing by so situations, how you take care of that. Lot of instructions. I think in the pandemic time, the series of instructions at various levels we got it, and people started paying attention towards it to control, to protect from the pandemic. So that's another instruction, and it is connected with your niche directly or indirectly. You can do so any other niche you think about electronic items, how to installation on that one, how you pair with that one. Now, sometimes your internet is disconnected. How you communicate with through Bluetooth, for example. Now last year, in fact, in the beginning of this year as well, India had a huge demonstration against various laws, and the government was controlling, disconnecting the internet, but they had mobile devices, but they used communication through Wi-Fi. It's a Bluetooth. So internet is disconnected, but people share the information through Bluetooth. So how you do that? The instruction step by step is given. Another instruction given in the post is that many people have a WhatsApp issue. You have joined with so many groups. In the group, you have so many pictures and video come to your phone, and your phone space become an issue. So the solution, which is basically there is a settings part, you can do that. So this can be another instructions. So whichever the niche you have, whichever the products you have, whichever the products category you wanted to promote, you can have these kinds of instructions giving it as. It can be in a video, it can be in a post, it can be simple 3 steps, simple 5 steps, or you can do this way, and you can unlock something like this. These instructions actually always gives a good value. In value, you can actually, the combination of that, when we talk about the branding, sales, and leads, and you can actually use this one. And I've seen many of the people very smart way use this one. So the moment you communicate these tips, and it should be genuine tips, it should not be false, it should be genuine tip, it's valuable, and it's not so common. See, somebody says that already people knows it does not make sense. I'm not saying everybody completely new. No, it may not be that common. So that instruction, the moment you communicate that one, in the branding perspective, they consider you are an expert, and they have a good perception about you. You are an expert in this, or you are in this field. Your core competence is this. So that comes in. Second one is it's also lead to sales. So how it is, the moment you say, people read this, then they look into your website, they click and come to your website. That's one. Or maybe they search immediately about your brand and see that one. And you can actually always use your URL or your brand or a keyword there and to reach the people there. And it further leads to that one. And it's a very, very smart way. You need to bring that to do. You can also create a lead with that. Say you give an instruction with this one, then you can enter this one. Okay. If this method is not working, I have another method to reach me out if you want to know. Or if it now, for example, another instructions, now the Google started, virtual reality and augmented reality. So now many people know when you search in Google, you get that one visibly coming to your house. It's showing to the kids is a very fun way. So when you are using that, many of the phone people don't know how to use it. It's very simple instructions. And you search in Google, an animal come alive. The tiger and snakes come alive on your table, on your friend. Kids love that. And Google is coming in now, and the dinosaurs they introduce, the snakes they introduce, so many things they introduce. So how to use it? Now there is another instruction for Android phone and iPhone phone different. So you can use that instructions and how to do. Then you say this, and many of the phones has no capacity on it. So your phone, your niche is a mobile accessories. Your niche is a smartphones. Definitely you can use these instructions. In this instruction, then you can have instruction posting there and talking about how you utilize these instruction, talking about if you don't have these mobile brand, if you have this brand, or you can say this brand, Android, these are the phone and brand works, these are the brand and make works. If you are using some other phone, how you wanted to utilize it is, please contact us and we'll let you know. So most of the time, if they don't have it, you can actually recommend, so that his brand which you're using. Or you can say, oh, sorry, this Google is not supporting. Why don't you look and buy we have a varieties of the phone which you can buy. So you can have all the things, branding, leads and sales can be there itself. And it's one of the best method of an instructional post. So utilize the instruction post and think about what kind of instruction you can give. It's amazing. And it's easy to do because the instructions are there in the market. You don't have to do any other content you have to bring from the market, right? You have to create. All the instructions are there in the market, right? So many things, you can use the people knows in the expert already published, or the product companies already published, the manufacturers already published. So you can use something like in a Mac system, how you can use a Windows. So people knows it. So people knows means many people expert knows it, and people don't know how they can utilize it. You can see how to load a Windows and a Mac in a MacBook Air. So then an example. So you can these kinds of instructions, everything. Even you have a kitchen equipment, or even in a bedroom part, snore stop. Snoring is one of the most common issue. So now you're selling a home decor, or you're selling a pillow covers, or you're selling bed sheet and pillows. In that you can have instruction how you can stop the snore by putting pillows in a different angle. So snore stop can be another instruction. So everything, or reducing a weight and increasing your eyesight. There's one of the viral videos. About the moment the people cross the 40s and 50s, they have the eyesight issue. So there is a treatment with a simple exercise which do with the Kerala martial arts, and one of the things become viral. So if within 10 days people get a result, so you can actually do a challenge with that, with some other things which people get a result. So even that kind of a miracle things which talk about that. So I thought of utilizing for various purposes that, but of course already become viral. I didn't want to know people understand. After some time, actually you can use it. People when they use, actually they get a result in few days, or you get a solution immediately. It's a fantastic thing. So I want you to utilize this as a post. These are the things easy to have a content. Branding objective is fulfilled. You can also have a sales is generated, and you can have an authority, and people keep this instruction, and people come back. Most of the time instruction, I've seen it somewhere. I go back and check it, right? And sometimes how to download something. Now, where do I get it? How do I subscribe it? So many instructions people really want it. So this is one of the good strategy to keep it on. Then, of course, the videos. Now videos actually, when Instagram is a 60-second is the ideal one. Now, that's videos, instruction videos, anything you can have out there also. Okay. Now, your brand look is very important on Instagram, and very, very important to have that look and feel. Earlier I mentioned it is very important. So once you decide what type of a content to publish, you need to decide how it is look. So as I think earlier we discussed the observation part on the decision making process. The people come to Instagram is a look and feel. Your color combination. I think I'm going to discuss with you next on the branding part, but that's what many people ask me again to explain with examples. Let's see, as I mentioned, branding is quite complicated to discuss and very challenging. So, but look and feel how your customer perceive, how your consumer think about you is a very important aspect. So you need to think about the look and feel aspect. Now that is by looking at this. Sometimes you're looking at the site. You can make it as a Chinese website or African website, right? So now the overall the people know what the classy. People say, "Hey, look like a European brand. It look like an American brand." People say, right? So even the look people has. Hey, I thought it's a large company. When we a simple your affiliate website. Hey, your website looks like a multinational company. People say that because it's a look and feel. So make sure that is you give a fantastic look and feel on Instagram. So and that look you create, the consistency should be there for across your post, not one in a while. Once we started doing, when we set a goal, okay, at least once in a week, one post. You don't work on 5 days and 6 days something you do in the 7th day you upload. So that way you lose the consistency or the quality. So you need to work on a daily basis. And people recognize that one as well. Now, the photos have a consistent color scheme. Look and feel is important. Color palette is very important people to judge your brand. Whatsoever the color palette you are keeping, that's very, very important to keep that color palette. That it makes a huge impact. The color palette, as any movies or videos, the color palette making a lot of impact to that. So that's the reason your photos have a consistent color scheme and look and feel, and that makes a brand persistency there. You look at the Apple communications, Apple or a Google communication, all the things which they use in the color palette is a very, very, very interestingly, and they keep that one till each and every brand they wanted. Okay, and immediately the people recognize. The many of the brand while looking at the color we recognize, right? Looking at the scheme, looking at the movies, we know who directors, seeing that sometimes you can also understand. So like every color palette, that consistently doing it is a very important. People really understand that one. Okay, now how do you achieve this consistency, sir? Now you can have a Lightroom editing. You can, so Lightroom is a very good editing tool. You can actually use, and the color palette which you wanted, you can always use it one. Okay, and that I recommend you to. I know that sometimes it will be you feel time taking, but it's worth it because if you are interested in look and feel. When I discuss with you Facebook and Twitter and videos and LinkedIn, I never given a lot of importance on a look and feel. But all of Instagram is all about look and feel. Okay, so important. Then go with a great captions. Write a good captions, as I mentioned, IDA, attention grabbing, good captions. Try to get it, especially instructions time. If you're going for instructions, start with it. Okay, are you facing this problem or you have this issue? Keep it that one. Okay, so overall, Instagram is a visual medium, which people look has become very, very important. So it's a very important part. But at the same time, the caption is also important. So people look into that, you got the attention. Then your caption should speak about what are you talking about. So what are you standing for it? What exactly looking for it? What are the attention you grabbed to encash this? That's a very, very important part. So your brand voice is just as important as your brand look. Very, very important to do that one. Okay, like visuals is a consistent across the post. Never forget one. So Instagram captions can be around 2,200 characters long. That's normally we can also, you can use them. So everything from a quick to the detailed storytelling you can do. So people actually basically scan the content, as you know. And so the first two lines is the most important part. So we recommend following. Instagram caption length is basically around 138 to 150 characters. That is organically the characters one is we have. So Instagram ad is actually 125 characters. This is what the people recommend it is. So if you feel that your content worth it, then you can also go for longer, but this is what the normal thing which people are talking about. You can also have a compelling content, so very important. Now you can also use hashtag as in a very wise way, and you can do so many hashtag in Instagram, but we don't recommend doing a 30 hashtags. I think I recommend 5. 5 to 10 is the maximum you do. Well, please don't do 30 hashtags. 5 to 10, or that's the maximum you do. 5 to 7 is the sticking is better. Okay. And plus, if you do a lot of hashtag, it's like in our SEO we discussed, it's like a stuffing, like a spamming. So please don't do more than 9. It's better to have around 9 to 10 we can maximum. Okay. Now, so you can choose the most benefited the hashtag which are relevant and specific to your niche. That's very important. Don't use any random one. Specific to your niche, and something there is a few things this which we discussed about the our implementation time. And now for you like me, I like you, that method is not a good idea. So Instagram is more genuinely we should do. Then we need to go for an engaging one. Okay, if you want an engagement and a lot many things you do. One of the things you also should engage on a regular basis there. First is of course posting a quality content, and if you ignore the comment and you are not interacting with them, you become lonely there. So make sure that you interact and do that one. At a minimum, respond to comment users post on your feed. At least a small respond to give them in time. And for also see the popular accounts in your niche, follow them and like them, and you also comment them other people as well. So make sure they're overall visible in a non-promotional way. And even someone tag you in a post, check it out and look on opportunities to engage with them. Now, another thing I think is Instagram stories. I just want to share with you one thing that we need to end now. One Instagram stories, and when you think about the Instagram stories, gives you a lot of result. And a third of the most viewed stories are posted by businesses. That's another thing. 1/3 of the entire business is of businesses, and the stories is a part of a good Instagram marketing strategy. So you need to use the stories, and your stories actually disappear in 24 hours. But I'll tell you a method without you can actually use the stories without disappearing in 24 hours. Otherwise, stories disappear in 24 hours. Now, followers expect them to be more real and raw and than your curated Instagram feed. So it's a genuine, again, you should have it is there. So it's a great opportunity to connect with the followers and build a relationship. That's the stories is a fantastic thing, no doubt about it. So I want you to focus more on it. Now, we recommend the following strategies. One is telling a story, have a message in your mind, even in a moment that message that is important one, and it should be an interactive one. And you can also questions and asking a polls and opinions and surveys you can have, and a personal connection. As you know, social media is all about humanizing. So stories are huge. It should have messages that it follows loyalty to create, and definitely you should have a call to action. And that's part of your thing you should have. And plus, you need to have consistency in your Instagram stories and aligning with your brand and voice. You should have it. Now, you can also use stories highlights to the covers to boost your bio, and all the components we already covered now in the bio. Now, one thing I told you, stories should not. With this, we'll end for today. You can create albums to preserve your top stories content, and it does not disappear in 24 hours. So you can create a highlight albums. So like this, you can have, so stories will not disappear in 24 hours time. Okay. So your highlighted album appear right under your bio. So, and you can create custom covers for each. And so this is one of the things which we are going to use another strategy. So I'm not putting as a strategy here. I will discuss with you when we are doing in a implementation time at this point. Okay. So you also try the Instagram shopping part, and remember how we said, you should get a business profile, and you need to have access to Instagram shopping, and the people are utilizing that. And when you create a personal account, you don't get this facility. That's the reason you need a business account. So there are so many features that like that, which is that I did not mention that, but once you go through the business feature, you can see all this one. And easy to shoppable Instagram post, and do that is easy. Now 130 million Instagram users shopping post on every month. So please do not ignore that. Okay. So please look at this option as well. This is very important part. Okay. Now post at the right timings. I think this we'll start with this. With this, we'll end today. We'll continue on Instagram another day. So tomorrow we have a Q&A session, and we are going to use tomorrow for the major event, apart from this 100 days program. Tomorrow our new, what is it? And we can have, the mentors. So many mentors are joining tomorrow. So we have a mentors onboarding day at 3:30 in the afternoon. And after that, followed by, we have a Q&A, whatever we discussed last 1 week. We'll have a Q&A, and we continue the next week about the Instagram, Pinterest, and blog. There are major parts we'll cover, and I'll send you out an email maybe on Friday about the next chat. Everybody is asking for the next 12 days worth of content. So this Friday I'll send you. So tomorrow, I agree. Last week, after the niche question answer, I did not take in a question because of the time. So tomorrow I'm dedicating, there are so many questions we already received. So tomorrow I'll go to two topics, the questions, in fact, 3 topics will take a questions. One is a little more some pending questions further, then completely on a digital marketing, especially on a social media, and a few questions on a mentors. I also will allow that one. Okay. So I know last time I went quite faster. Okay, Sam, thank you so much. I thought of finishing today. I wasn't the intention of a YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest to finish. And I think I was hurried to at least finish Instagram, could not finish. So tomorrow, next day, we'll come to do that one. Okay. So thank you so much, all of you. I'll join you in a few minutes in the mastermind now. Thank you so much, all of you.